Hi, and thanks for tuning into another video. If you're new here, my name is Allie and I'm a young mom to my 11-month-old son Grayson, and today we're going to be showing you what we eat in a day with me breastfeeding and with us doing baby-led weaning for Grayson. So right now I'm about to head to work. I work a short shift today, so I'll be done around lunchtime. But this morning I filmed our breakfast, and shortly you'll see what we did for breakfast. I just did not have time to stop and film an intro at any point this morning. It was kind of a hectic morning. So without further ado, we'll get started on the video. Thanks so much for watching. So first things first, of course, I had to make my coffee, and unfortunately it was not a go to Starbucks morning, but I did make my own at home, and this combination's been pretty good for me the past few days. Grayson has had a huge appetite the past few weeks, and so for breakfast I've been usually making toast and then something else. So this morning I'm making him some avocado toast and some scrambled eggs. Grayson used to hate eggs, but I just continued trying to give it to him, and eventually he took to them, and especially if I put like a lot of cheese in them, he really enjoys them. Believe it or not, he actually likes spinach with his eggs, but we just didn't have any this morning. Avocado toast is a new favorite for Grayson. Obviously, you can't just eat a whole piece of toast like this, but I rip it up into tiny pieces and he loves it. We only had enough avocado for Grayson, so I just made toast with some jam. Ever since Grayson was around 6 months, we've been practicing a method called baby-led weaning, and we follow it about 80%, but basically the premise is that he feeds himself, and we put, instead of him eating baby food, we just give him modified versions of what we eat, and it's worked really well for us, and he's a pretty adventurous eater and hasn't been picky up to this point. I just got home from work and I nursed Grayson. You mind? You mind? He's making a lot of noise over here with this. But anyway, we are making lunch now, and we struggle with lunches. We never know what to make, and we need something to make fast because we don't have time to spend a lot of time on lunch. But we usually end up making freezer pizzas. So if you have any good ideas for fast lunches, please let us know.
The thoughtful portion is 1/6 of the pizza.
Well, that's great because we eat the whole thing. Matthew, tell them what you've eaten today.
Nothing.
Yeah, he's crazy. So they didn't have Cheerios, and so it's 1 o'clock and he hasn't eaten anything. Pizza is a little hard for us to feed to Grayson because it's hard to break off little pieces, but we made him a cheese quesadilla, which he usually loves. We also gave Grayson some berries, which are his absolute favorite, especially raspberries. He loves raspberries. I had to make a trip to the post office, so I picked up a little treat. While we make dinner, we just switch off taking turns who entertains Grayson, and he loves taking stuff out of the fridge right now. For dinner, we are making some steak, spaghetti squash, and reheating some noodles from the other night. literally growing like...
Yeah, I don't think I can eat that.
Is that like mold, or like is it literally growing like baby squash inside of it?
Ugh, it smells kind of weird.
So we've had this squash for a long time because my mom bought it when she was still in town, and we were like, oh, like, let's try eating it tonight. Oh.
I guess.
We're like, let's try eating it tonight. And we just opened it up, and
it smells like a plant.
Ew, and it looks like a pumpkin. Like, I don't know, maybe we just don't know what a spaghetti squash looks like, but it's like growing its own spaghetti squash inside of it. I feel like that's not right. So, I guess spaghetti squash is supposed to look like that on the inside. So we're just gonna go with it, and hopefully we're good. We have our sous chef Greyson over here, defrosting the steak. After cooking the spaghetti squash for about 20 minutes, I just took this fork and scraped it to make it actually look like spaghetti. Part of baby-led weaning also includes letting them make their own choices about what food they do and don't eat, but just continuing to give them exposures of different foods. So even if they don't eat it, if you gave them an exposure to it, even if they just play with it, in the future they may eat it. If you're a caregiver and you do want to learn more about baby-led weaning, I linked 2 of my favorite Instagram accounts that I learned a lot from in the description. And yeah, I would follow them. They're super knowledgeable and I learned a lot. After dinner, we gave Greyson his bath and put him to bed, and then it was time for dessert for Matthew and I. Since Gray is only 11 months old, we really do try to limit his exposure to sugar. Sometimes he'll have it in like pancakes or a pastry where it's already cooked in, but we really do try to limit it. Once he turns a year, we might expose it a little more in moderation, but right now we just keep it to a minimum. I added oats and walnuts to this recipe because supposedly it's supposed to help with lactation and breastfeeding, but I kind of doubt it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the video. To further support us, we would appreciate it so much if you subscribe to our channel and like the video to help us reach our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. We love and appreciate all of you guys so much, and we will see you in the next video.
Missing someone